Okay, now what I want to do is I want to show you the short way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take you back to the job setup in RB. Okay, so we're going to view the job information for this particular job. In the job setup is we're going to click on the Parties tab. The party is basically anyone that's involved in this particular job or case. One of the actual advantages to adding a party in this particular party section of a job setup is so it can actually speed up your biller's time when they're creating those orders, actually tell the system who's ordering. One of the things you'll notice when I open up these parties in here, when you create a party, is you'll have a checkbox here. Show and turn in, step 2, pre-filled parties. Now when you create any party in RB for the jobs, this will automatically be checked, which is a good thing because you'll be able to see them. So usually everyone will leave that checked. So save and close this. Now I want to show you where that appears. Now in step 2, instead of clicking new, I have a button up here that says pre-fill parties. Now if you click pre-fill parties, one of the things you can do is you can look up from the job what parties were tied to that job. So in my example, I have the 3 attorneys that were listed in the job setup. If all 3 of them were ordering, all I have to do is click check all and then click save and close. So RB will automatically create all 3 of those orders for you, save you some time. So the only thing you have to do here is maybe highlight who's getting the 0-1 and then just click set original and it will automatically check that box for them. Now in step 3, what it's doing is the order's already been added. So basically you're just looking at it, making sure and you're verifying it's the correct information. So this is telling us on the witness, Joseph Kendall Jr., there are 3 parties ordering, and there they are. So now you have 2 things left to do. Basically, we have to go into step 4 and add the items that we're billing the client for, and then we have to set a billing rate. Let's add the items to the actual orders. You'll be able to do this a long way and a short way, and again, I'm going to start with the long way first. First, what you always do, in step number 3, highlight the order you want to work on, because whatever order you have highlighted over here, and you add items for, that's the order it's going to be tied to. So in my case, in my example, I'm going to highlight the 0-1 client, Daniel Berg here. And when I want to add the billable services to his order, all I do is go into step 4 and click new. What's going to appear is the actual layout of the service items master. You see you have the groups 1 through 8, original through attendance, and then you'll have your miscellaneous charges with all the subgroups. So all you do is pick items, and you're going to add them to the orders. If Daniel Berg was getting the 0-1, I would choose original. If you're ever choosing groups 1 through 4, always leave the unit usually at 1 if they're ordering 1 item, like if it was 1 original. Because the units themselves, the pages, will always pull from the actual witness turned in step number 1. So again, items 1 through 4, the actual unit represents the total number of actual transcripts. The pages will again pull from the witness. So I could select original, I'll click save and new. Now as you can see, as I hit save and new, it will all start adding in the background. I can select copy with, that makes up my 0-1, save and new. I can say, you know what, they want exhibits. This time I'll put in units, 6 pages of exhibits, save and new. And let's say they want some production items, and we'll say they want a rough draft, and we'll say whatever, that was 95 pages or 100 pages. Save and new. So you can see the process. Pick an item, maybe modify the units, save and new. Pick an item, save and new. So that's doing it the long way, just adding them 1 by 1. There's also a short way to add all these items to the bill. So let me get rid of these first. Delete. Remember about those billing sets we talked about, being able to add all the items with a single click of a button. So this is where all those billing sets are going to come into play. Instead of going into step 4 and clicking new, what you're going to do, again, start with highlighting the correct order, is you're going to click pre-filled services. Now, once you click pre-filled services, you're going to see at the top section your billing sets. So if I pull my drop down, you'll actually see all the ones that we have created. So you just choose whichever billing set you want to add items from. So since Daniel Berg is my 0-1 ordering client, I'll choose my 0-1 billing set, and you can see these are all the items that I have in my billing set, and there's a lot. So the first thing I would do is I would simply start unchecking the items that I don't want on this particular invoice. Because you can see in here, I have half day, full day, first hour, additional hours, waiting time. Well, I'm not going to use all these appearance fees at one time, right? I may use them at any time. I just don't know which one. So it's easier for me to say, hey, you know what? Well, this was a half day per diem, so I'm just going to uncheck all these other ones I don't need. Let's say they're not getting color copies, no condensed, there's no scanning fee. We'll say we're going to deliver this FedEx. Okay? So the only things left you have to do after you leave your items checked is you can come over to the right and you can change the units. So in my example, the only thing that really matters for units is exhibits, so I'll make this a 6. Now once I click Save and Close, there you go. Nice and easy. So see, again, easier to uncheck items in the pre-fill than it is to not have enough and then have to stop what you're doing, click New, and add an item one by one. Let's go down to my copy client, Stephen Pettit. Do the same thing, pre-fill services. This time my billing set will be copy. And he just wants copy, exhibits, and we're just going to, again, deliver it FedEx. So again, we'll do 6 units for the exhibits, save and close. You can go to your third guy, David Stratford. You can do the same thing, pre-fill services. Now, if David Stratford wanted the same order as Stephen Pettit here, since I've already done Stephen's order, I don't actually have to highlight David here and click pre-fill services. What you can actually do if you already have one order established is you can highlight the order you want that is already done, and you can click copy services. This will copy the exact order. So when you click copy services, the system's going to open up a box and ask you, okay, well, which order do you want to copy it to? So in this case, we'll check off David Stratford. I'll click Save and Close. And if I highlight David Stratford now, there you go. He has the exact same order.